always forget it's 30 seconds of an audio that is so fucking long.
Yeah, it is.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Eclectic ADHD podcast. I'm your host B, and this is your co-host Dakota. Grab a cuppa, get comfy, and enjoy the chaos. Might not feel well today. So mine not gonna be as hyper and as fun as mine usually is.
It's okay, I'll do enough for both of us.
Oh, Town Anonymous. Fucking hell!
I told you about that.
Yeah. I have no business having a podcast. Wow, we got one person who answered our Tell Anonymous this week, but we've got a couple others that are just random people sending it in. I'm just trying to find the start of this. Hold on. Do you believe in holding hands before you're officially dating?
Depends on the situation.
It's holding hands, not getting married.
Yeah, that's why I say it depends on the situation. Like, if you know that there are other people who are looking to be with that same person on either side, and you guys are wanting to establish that you guys are talking and progressing towards that, giving a sign, hey, this might be a thing that happens. I can understand holding hands, in the sense of like in public and whatnot around, friends and stuff like that. I can get the sense of that. Just to establish a clear sign that this is what's going on right now, and don't no one get involved and fuck it up type situation. But if you're just like walking into a gas station, no, the fuck are you doing? Who are you trying to announce that to? Everyone's just gonna assume you're dating in the first fucking place.
I mean, I don't really have an opinion on that. I wouldn't hold hands with someone. Like, I hold hands with my dad when we're walking, but it's not like interlocked fingers. It's like It's just how... Like, I just don't see hand holding as a romantic thing unless it's with Dakota, but we're 4 years into a relationship, so... I mean, hold hands if you want. Who cares? Realistically, like, if you're happy holding hands with someone you're not dating but want to, then hold hands with them. As long as they consent. Advice for meeting partner's parents for the first time.
Good luck.
You want to tell the story of when you first met my dad, or should I?
Well, apparently her dad is more of a laid back, chill kind of person, and apparently he went out of his way to do the formal meeting and shook my hand and asked what are your intentions with my daughter type bullshit. So.
No, we're forgetting some very important parts. Dad said that he would be home a couple hours later than what he came home. We were in bed, half naked. I had a t-shirt and pants on, and you were just in bottoms because you were too hot. Yeah. I heard the door, and I was like, and I listened for the footsteps, and I was like, that's Dad. Dad's home, and I was so excited. You were like... So I got up, and I put joggers on quickly, and I ran and opened the door, and I was like standing there waiting for Dad, and he comes out with an overshirt that isn't buttoned, and Dad looks at me, says, hi, monkey, looks at Dakota, looks him up and down, waits for a second, and then holds out his hand and goes, shakes his hand, then goes, maybe Dad, walks away. I'm just like...
She's like, what is he on about? Then she turns and looks at me, and I'm just like, chest out and open, and just, wearing her pants, not my pants.
Yep.
Because she was wearing my sweatpants, and I threw on whatever I could find because she grabbed mine,
Now,
which
to be
happened to
fair,
be the skeleton pants. I just
no,
threw them,
I
no, the
own
Marvel pants. I just
Marvel
threw
ones.
those on.
To be
So,
fair, it's not like they were hot pink joggers. They were boys' joggers. They were bought in the boy section in Tesco.
but they were very clearly yours. He knew
Yeah,
that they were yours, and he knew that I'm essentially thrown together half dressed, so he insinuated that he came home to us in the act of doing something.
or as Dad likes to put it, bedroom acrobatics.
Yeah. He only says that because of what I did to the bed.
Poor Dad, man. And it's when
Poor bed, the fuck you mean?
no, because it's when we were arguing. And Dad messaged me. He was like, "Is this argument going to go on for much longer? Because I've made you bacon rolls." I was just like, "I fucking hate you, but there's food. Go eat."
Because it had been like, it had been almost 18 hours since either one of us had eaten anything. And so we were both just, I don't even remember what we were mad about, but we were
I
both
do.
just mad.
I fucking do. And I'll tell you after because
I
still
probably
mad.
fucked up somehow.
So
We went and ate and came back, went to pick up the conversation, and neither one of us were mad anymore.
because I was happy it was fine. If it's the mother, with his mom, because they took an RV across country so that they could stay in it while they were staying at ours. They traveled. They put pedal to the fucking metal to make sure that they met me before I left, which was actually really lovely. I feel very lucky. Yes, I know I need to film the podcast. Thank you so much, Alarm.
They showed up a day early because she was
A
supposed
day
to leave the
early.
next day, and they
Um,
weren't going to get here in time.
and his mom and his stepdad took us all out for a nice meal that was cut short because of a fucking asshole. Moving on. But after that, then we were all in the. You were in the camper, hanging out with like the kids and your stepdad and stuff like that, and I was outside on the back, on the deck, and I noticed that your mom was outside smoking a fag, and like she hadn't noticed me, so I probably could have snuck back in the house and just not fucking spoke to her, but I was like, no, this is his mom. I need to show an effort. This is a test. This is what this is. So I got up and I toddled on over. I was like, "Hi, Mrs. Urban." She's like, "You can call me Marcy." I was like, "Okay, hi." And I was like, how was the trip?" Panicking to just say something that would get her fucking speaking to me. And she was talking about the trip, and she was like she was like fighting to have the conversation keep going as well. And she's like, "How have you found the time here?" And I said how I loved it. And then she was like, "So Dakota tells me that you like art." And I was just like, "I can draw, kinda. I'm not. Painting is very difficult for me. I'm not very good at it, but maybe you could teach me at some point if you're free and want to." She's like, "You could teach me to draw as well." I was like, "Oh, stick men, maybe." But I can try. She's like, "I would love that." And I was like, "Awesome." She's like, "I'm gonna go in and see what's happening in the RV. Do you want to come?" I was like, "Oh no, I should probably get inside and wash the dishes." She was like, "Okay." I fucking toddled up and I was like, we went inside and just. I was terrified to meet your mom. Terrified. Your dad picked us up from the airport. That was fine. He made me laugh within the first 5 minutes of me seeing him, so I knew that he was chill. But your mom was the one that I was worried about because I have mommy issues, and like mother that I meet, either my friends or anyone, I have the dying urge for them to like me. Like, it feels like the end of the world if they don't like me. I'm like, why? What did I do? Love me. But yeah.
And the part that's funny, and this is the part that no one really knows, that awkward conversation was not the first time they spoke to each other. The entire time she was here, she was constantly messaging my mother on Facebook, having
And
full-blown conversations with this woman about everything. I mean, majority of the time it was about me, but you know. So when she told me about this later, I'm like, why? You've had conversations with her. Why did it suddenly become awkward?
because it's in person, it's different. And like, I still have full-blown conversations with your mom, and I know she loves me. It's fine. She said it, and I'm chill about it now. But still, the thought of her coming over here is like, I need to like have everything planned all at once right now. Like, she cannot hate my island, and it's just like, actually, she's going to love it regardless of if I do anything. All I really need to do is take her to the museum, and then that's that. That's my part done. She can do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah.
She really just wants to see me. Like, she just wants to have a meal or two while she's here, and then that's it. Like,
Yeah. The whole reason she's going, like, don't get me wrong, she's going overseas because she wants to. It's something she enjoys doing. But the destination was picked solely because of you.
yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be honest, it's solely because of you.
Her whole point of coming to Scotland, not Shetland, was because she wanted to come to Scotland in August. For some reason, I don't really know. But just her and Mark have always wanted to come in August. And I was like, that's a bit of a chilly time of the year, but okay. But she's like, but we actually kind of want to come up and see Shetland, and maybe we could spend some time with you too. I was like, oh, I would love to spend time with your mom, but I didn't really want her to like me.
It's been 5 years, woman. If she was gonna hate you, she'd already hate you.
I know, but it's just like, what if she just messages me and it's just like, I don't like your attitude, and I'm just like, what have I done? Oh my god! I actually had a nightmare that she hated me once. Like, she just hated me. How many days until your birthday? Days? No idea, but my birthday is the 4th of April.
Mine is the 4th of July.
Yep.
You're
Are
blushing.
dating... Why am I blushing?
I said my birthday's the 4th of July, and you start blushing. Why?
I'm not blushing at your birthday.
No.
I'm blushing that you're going to be 29.
There it is.
I'm nearly with a 30-year-old.
Jesus Christ.
Are dating apps a legit place to find a forever kind of love? Yes.
I mean, if it's your cup of tea.
You can find love anywhere. If you choose dating apps, then absolutely. There's no reason why not. You just need to be able to actually communicate with people and set boundaries and respect their boundaries and just be a decent fucking person. We'd love to write you, but you have to promise that you answer.
What?
Okay. Someone saying that they want to write into the Tell Anonymous, but want us to promise that we'll answer it. Okay. That's kind of what we do at the start of it. We're going to talk about this episode. Oops. Shambles. What's your zodiac sign? I'm an Aries. He is a Cancer. Do you answer DMs? Depends what they're about.
If you're trying to come in and flirt, the answer is no. Fuck off. And go castrate yourself.
With a spoon. Should you give a gift on Valentine's Day, and why? Yes.
It
But
depends.
it depends how you see Valentine's Day as a whole. I see Valentine's Day as a couple's day, naturally, but it's not like we need to go out to a fancy restaurant and dine at the Ritz. It's not like that. I want a dinner, like Olive Garden. We can go to Olive Garden and then come back and just watch some movies. Just a normal date night, but like...
Yes, definitely watch movies. Whole lot of watching going on over here. We're not going to do Netflix, because Netflix will try to call us on it.
Are you okay? You seem different. I am different. So's Dakota.
I'm an amoeba.
What's that?
I don't know. Single cell
Amoeba?
organism, I think.
How do you spell that? Amoeba?
I have no idea.
Oh.
I think it's a single cell organism.
It is. An amoeba? How did you know a word that I didn't?
You don't
What?
know what an amoeba is.
I know nucleus and I know mitochondria.
Okay, an amoeba is a creature. It's a single cell organism. It has nothing to do with the human body.
No, I know that, but that's the words that I know.
it was more of a play on single brain cell type.
Oh, no, baby, you're very smart. We are different. We're not going to get into that, but it's a good different.
I'm gonna Apache attack helicopter now. My pronouns are fuck and you.
When and where, baby? Whoa!
I told you I'd have the energy for both of us.
Do you like meeting new people? No. No. I'm
No.
really sorry, but no. How tall are
Look
you?
at this fucking chair. There's definitely some chaos going on over here.
How tall are you? Yeah. Should we just mutually agree to skip that one?
Yeah, I think we mutually agree to skip that one because neither one of us like the answer for it.
Who are you?
Your mom. The response to the question, asking who I am. Your mom. I'm your mom now. Go take out the trash.
Go do the dishes.
Sweep the ceiling.
Dust the floor.
Vacuum the grass.
Fold the dishes. Afraid of falling in love. Yeah. Yeah, I am.
What the fuck is wrong with us? We're definitely unhinged.
She let me keep
Tiny
it, guys.
pot. Tiny pot.
She let me keep it, guys. Little crock pot. That is one of the things that is wrong with us. We like the tiny... All hail the tiny crock pot.
I'm gonna start a religion around that crock pot.
And my little ghosty is the minister. Oh, Jesus.
I'm fucking crying.
So that's all the Tell Anonymous that's worth our time. The rest was like...
Which one was the new one for today?
None. There was none.
You said there was one who responded today.
Just responded to the Tell Anonymous. We already answered it.
Oh, okay. Tell me which one it was.
I don't remember. So, to tie in the guest that's coming on next week, hopefully, since the whole trauma thing didn't work out.
Yeah, so We're
Being a
not
content
having that
creator.
other person come on now.
No, they've just kind of ghosted us, and it's a shit thing. But at the same time, they're lost. So,
Start a rumor.
start a
Faking
rumor,
it.
buy a rumor, send it, tell it to a groomer, or DM a girl a groomer, start a rumor. Sorry. Welcome to the internet.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
You control yourself, goddammit! Why are you looking at me like that? You're not helping the situation. It's very hard to breathe in here, by the way. Stop!
just waiting for you to calm down.
We both know that's not gonna happen.
So I wanted to talk about what life has been like as a creator, because everyone knows that I have 19.7k on TikTok. That's probably gonna go down to 6 because I've been losing followers, but that's fine. I don't give a fuck. And what life has kind of been like for me as a content creator, it's been great being a part of like the creator rewards program, but once they changed it to the beta where you could only get money after making a 60-second video, that was a bit shit. Because I immediately got shadow banned after that, and now my account is just dying. I used to get thousands of fucking views, and now I'm lucky if I get 300. It's shit. But
Twitch isn't the best either.
it's so hard to get like people constantly viewing your stuff and getting money from that, and that's fine. But also the reason that we got as big as our account did, which the biggest it was 25k, or 21k, I can't remember, was because we made a video about our DID. And that blew up, and everyone, like, all we got for follows was the haters. And once we stopped posting, like, once we posted our diagnosis, our account died. And it's like, well, we gave you what you wanted, and you didn't like that. So, why are you still mad? Like, what was the point? It's almost as if I didn't post the diagnosis and I just, like, took the hate on my chin, I'd still be getting the views. And I'd still be getting all of the money and all of that kind of shit. And it's shit to think of because I would rather people come to our account for education and understanding, not a place to just hate. Like, I'm trying to create a safe space here, not a place that's unhappy.
Yeah.
That's full of toxicity. So it was really difficult having all of that hate, and it was even more difficult when people started like messaging my family and started behaving like stalkers. It was really weird. There was even a couple of people in person that were like, I have DID too, look at me. And it's just like you wouldn't be saying that if you knew what it was actually like. Like, if you lived a day in our life, you'd be fucking dead. Like, it's not easy. And being a content creator is hard. You go.
Yeah. The biggest issue I saw with how people reacted to your DID and your diagnosis and everything was that so many people came out of nowhere going, that's not a real disease, it's imaginary. People started doubting the medical science behind it and the disease behind it. They started saying it's fake. All these diseases are fake. None of it's real. It's all a conspiracy. And it's just like, how can you honestly believe that? There are people who have these diseases and are famous for having these diseases. And they still say they're fake. I mean, I remember one person came into the chat during one of your live streams, and they was like, DID's not real, none of this stuff is real, there are no diseases, it's all a figment of your imagination. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's a figment of my imagination that my uncle died of cancer. All his hair fell out, and he died of cancer. It's a figment of my imagination. Figment of my imagination that a childhood father figure died of cancer. It's a figment of my imagination. You're totally right. His ashes definitely aren't sitting in a plastic urn, in a fucking sealed urn on a mantle in South Dakota. It's definitely a figment of my imagination. These things are real. There's physical evidence of half the stuff that you guys don't believe is real. Just because you don't understand it, if you've never interacted with somebody who has it, or probably have and didn't even realize it, makes you look ignorant and stupid. Like, okay, how uneducated do you have to be to believe that cancer is not real when there is an entire hospital dedicated for its sole practice is treating children with cancer? There's an entire foundation for it. And you really think it's fake? Just because you've never met anyone who had cancer? Cool. Awesome. Why don't you go get a half a dozen x-rays and MRIs and all this shit and go see what happens. Go stand in the radiology department next to the machine when it's activated and tell me what happens. Nothing at first, you're right. But 6 months down the line, you'll end up with cancer. Still fake then. You can go ahead and try to manifest that it's not real, but it is. Now, there are things you can do to stop stuff like that, and there are some people who look at it and go, oh, ADHD's not real, or, oh, ADD's not real, or, hell, the most common one, oh, lactose intolerance isn't real. Yeah, that one's the one that really got me, too. There are things you can do for those kinds of situations that can help prevent the symptoms and the issues that come with those diseases from arising. There is someone who has gone through and did an entire experiment on themselves of drinking a small amount of dairy every day for a week, and then upping the dosage every day for a week after that. And they did this for 6 months till their body built up a tolerance to the dairy. Now they can drink it, eat ice cream, yogurt, whatever, and they don't have any issues. They posted their study, they posted their experiment online for other people who are suffering from something like that. Because it's a crime not to be able to eat ice cream.
I ate it anyway.
When I first met B, she had absolutely no heat tolerance. No spice tolerance. None at all. She couldn't handle she couldn't handle chili powder. It was that bad. Now, she's eating sriracha sauce almost on a daily basis. She adds it to her tacos. She adds it to her fajitas. She adds it to her chicken fajita pasta. She adds it to, hell, fucking ramen. She adds sriracha sauce to so many things now, and she's built up a tolerance that it's good. I think her sister tried it one time and couldn't fucking breathe. You can build tolerances up to things. Yeah, I don't typically show signs of ADHD. I'm fucking 28. I've lived my life fighting off those signs and those symptoms and those issues to where to the point that it just comes naturally now. Yeah, I still have an issue with the whole movement issue. You know, the constantly having to move, to fidget with something. It's the one thing that I can't get rid of. Because that's one of the main causes of ADHD. Most people can't get rid of that. They can slow their mind down. They can fix their speech. They can fix their writing. They can fix a lot of things involving ADHD. And there's actually a professional who has written an entire book on how he became successful as someone with ADHD. How he used his ADHD to help himself become successful.
I'm very confused where this started.
Diseases and fake diseases and shit.
Okay. Can we bring it back to the whole creator thing?
No. I like my tangents, god damn it. And tangents are another one as well. But if you really think things are not real and you're going after a content creator because of it, that says more about you as a person than them.
100%, yeah.
Even if they might be faking it. That still says more about you. If you're denying the whole disease in itself. Disease, illness, whatever the fuck it's called.
The thing is, people who don't believe that DID exists are reading studies from in the 90s. It's a very controversial disorder back in the day. They wouldn't be diagnosing people with it now if it wasn't a real thing. It's in the DSM-5 for a fucking reason. It's not something easy to live with. So when you add being a content creator on top of it, it was very stressful because I had to constantly put out new content and different ideas, and constantly sitting and thinking and wanting to go live and just do this and that and this and that. It was very quickly a burnout thing from it. And honestly, it was one of my favorite things to do, knowing that I could possibly make a living this way. But once my account died, I took a step back and I realized that's how easy it is for being a content creator to just go away. It's not a stable way of making money. And neither's the podcast. Like, we could get millions of followers and then one day they're just like, no, I don't like this podcast anymore. And it's gone. It's not a stable way.
There's one podcaster who has lost over half of their viewers because of a single comment.
Was
that
it
may or
Shits
may
and
not
Gigs?
have been taken. Do what?
Was it Shits and Gigs?
Yeah. That may or may not have been taken out of context. Where she gave her partner an ultimatum. And people blew the fuck up about that because they were pissed. She was threatening to divorce him over video games. She gave him a flat out said, I'm giving you an ultimatum.
No, that's not Shits and Gigs.
I don't know what the name of that podcast is. It's the one who asked for the femur bone.
To Be Better podcast.
Mm-hmm.
They lost followers?
Mm-hmm. They lost half their followers.
Wow.
They're
Oh, that's
gone.
okay. That video was taken out of context because she was reading out something from an email, but Chris put up a post saying, like, just her reading that out and looking at Chris, and everyone like blew up at it, and they were in the comments saying like, she's reading an email, it's not towards me, like.
Yeah. But there were people who still believed that she was giving him the ultimatum. People who didn't watch the whole thing all the way through.
They are like, they're goals. I love their life.
They're amazing.
I wouldn't want it for myself necessarily. Not everything that they do. I don't think I just wouldn't be able to keep up with that. But like the whole traditional values thing, I do like that. And we are doing that. Well, we will. There's only so much you can do 3,000 miles, but in person we've agreed to do traditional values. You go out to work, I stay home with the kids, and I cook and I clean and I do all that things. And a lot of the things were already natural in our relationship, like me taking off your boots. I didn't do it every day, but when you were exhausted, I did.
Yeah, the days that I came home, I sat down on the bed, and as soon as I sat down, I laid back. Those days, she would untie my boots and attempt to help me get them off.
I ended up pulling you off the bed because they just would not come off your feet.
My feet, it was a really bad night. I was working as a night shift. It was a really bad night. And my feet were so fucking swollen because I was constantly moving really quickly that she just couldn't get the boots off. I had to reach down. I had to move my other foot and kick the heel off of it to pull my heels out of both feet.
Yeah.
just so she could take the fucking boots off. And then I had to clamber my way back up onto the fucking bed because she wasn't strong enough to lift me up because I had basically gone dead weight. I
Yeah.
was so exhausted. I had no muscle left in my body. I was so tired. I had no energy left. I couldn't do anything. So I had to try to fucking clamber my way up onto the bed. And I think that's the night that I crawled in bed just wearing whatever I was wearing. I didn't
You were
even bother
wearing,
changing.
and you woke up with no clothes on because I undressed you while you were asleep because I knew you wouldn't be comfy like that. And you woke up and you were like, I don't remember taking my clothes off. I was like, you didn't, I did. And you were like, oh, is that why I'm just wearing boxers? I was like, yes. Because sometimes you sleep in boxers, sometimes you don't. I wasn't going to make that decision for you, so
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck that. That's none of my business at this current moment in time.
Yeah.
So
Your whole point, your whole business at that point was making sure that I was getting to sleep and getting enough sleep and being
Yeah.
comfortable. That was your
being
whole point.
comfortable, watered, and fed. That's my
Yeah.
goal.
Because I woke up, I was hungry, I was thirsty, and she luckily had put a bottle of water or a glass of water next to the bed with ice in it, so I was able to get something to drink when I first woke up.
Yeah. That's like that's happy relationship for me. Just you going out to work, you earning the money. But I would also that's also why I would like the podcast to do well so that I can earn some extra money and we can do things and just have fun in life, not just sit there like paycheck to paycheck, just enjoying life.
Yeah.
And that's, but again, being a content creator is so difficult to navigate. And it's just very difficult. Like, no one, like, even like the creators that are constantly putting out funny content and comedy content, and it's still a lot. It's still a lot of like effort to try and think of new things, and if you see something funny and you want to create it, you can't make it too similar, otherwise people are just gonna be like, oh well, that's this person's video, why are you stealing their content? And it's like, no, it's different because I put my own spin on it, I put my own history in it. Like, it's such a difficult, especially because of like cancel culture and all that kind of thing.
Which is absolutely stupid because then people will be like, oh, cancer culture, it's necessary, it's essential, we like this, we love this. Majority of those people who are part of cancel culture are going after people for no reason. But the moment somebody comes after them, they freak the fuck out and they run.
Not only that,
There was
cancel
somebody
culture. Sorry.
there was somebody who went after somebody, went after their family, went after the school where their kids go. And one of those TikTok hackers found his location and broadcasted it to the entire social media going, so you think it's okay to target children in schools simply because you don't like their parents. And everyone started going after them for it, doing the same shit they were doing, and they deleted their TikTok, their Facebook, their Instagram. They removed their phone number from websites, emails from websites. They basically went completely off the grid out of fear. But they were the strongest ones advocating for cancel culture. You all think it's fun in games to go after people and try to cancel them until it turns around and comes after you, and then you're panicking and you disappear. You walk away from that culture entirely. What does that say? That maybe that kind of culture is only beneficial when it benefits you. So the only people who actually enjoy that are those who get to cancel people until they themselves get canceled.
Not only that, but if we used cancel culture correctly, we would have such an influence in the world. But because there's dumb little people on this fucking internet that can't use it correctly or use their brains, like, imagine if we went after the orange dude, or if we went after the group of people that work for the orange dude, you know? Yeah. Imagine that, like, they're fucked. Their entire platform is fucked because we did that.
And that's the thing.
If it was utilized correctly, we would have so much power because everything is online nowadays. But no one's using it correctly because no one can use their fucking brains.
And that's something that I'll point out as well. There was, and I'm just gonna say one word, and it's P. Diddy. There were so many people involved in that whole situation that are still top of the charts, still super popular, and nobody's doing anything about it. Never mind the fact that there are rumors saying that certain people have killed certain celebrities from the past, and nobody's doing shit about it.
Not
Why
only
are
that,
they not? Why are they above the cancer culture, but nobody else is? Why do they get to survive, and there are people who are just trying to live their lives and then bring a little enjoyment and just be themselves? Are they the ones getting canceled when there are people who are doing things that are against the law, morally and ethically, and physically against the law?
not just that, because of everything that's happening in the US right now, everyone's forgotten about P. Diddy and his trial. Why is no one else focusing on that? I guarantee you he is no longer in jail. I guarantee you he is being moved somewhere so that he is safe, happy, and can continue life. Regardless
Probably the
of
same
how
reason
many
why
fucking
Epstein's
victims.
Island didn't result very much. Didn't produce very many results either. They hit a whole list of these fucking people and
Did
nobody went
nothing.
after the list. Nobody went after the people on the list. You had guest lists, times and dates of this shit, and nobody went after it. Nobody did fuck all about it.
It's just the internet could be so powerful in the people's hands, but the people have 3 brain cells between all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's annoying.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But yeah, being a content creator is shit, but it's also the most amazing thing ever. There's 2 sides to every fucking coin. And that's why I want to bring light to it, because yes, you only see what we're putting out there. You don't know our private lives, you don't know anything. You only know what we tell you. And that's why I want to shed some light on how it actually is being a content creator. And even, let's take Robin Williams for an example. He was the funniest, happiest looking dude you could ever see. Okay? He was a he was just a worldly fucking treasure. And he killed himself. So that's why I want to shed light on being a creator and being a content creator and that sort of life, like being an actor, anything. Obviously, we're not going to get any actors on here. But, well, maybe one day, James McAvoy. I'm never gonna let that die.
Or Daz. Daz would be nice too.
Daz would be, and he is an actor. He's in a lot of films, which is funny because no one notices him. Granted, he is an extra and he is like in the background of things, but he's fucking amazing. I would love to have Daz on here. But I want to shed light on being a content creator because people can forget that they're actually people. That they do have a life and the things that they say and do can affect people. Like, it's just like bullying. Yes, in some very rare cases, bullying has helped people. But it's still not right. Bullying is never fucking right. No. If I, like, I was bullied in school, right? Very badly. For being fat. I wasn't fucking fat. Man, what I would give to be fat like I was back then. But I got bullied for it. I got called a blue whale. I fucking hate that name. Like, it just brings trauma now. Like, I was called fat. And that hurt me so unbelievably much. Like, it's still affecting me now and how I see myself. And granted, if someone was like, I think you could, if someone just took me to the side and instead of bullying me was like, I think that you could eat a little bit healthier and I would love to do that with you. That would have helped me 10 times more and build habits and helping me constructively than it would have been like, you're fat, you need to eat less. I developed an eating disorder because of that, because of past relationships, because of everything that people said to me that was negative. And it was difficult.
Yeah, I was bullied in school too, which is ironic, honestly. I wasn't the most attractive looking guy in high school. I was incredibly skinny, and I wasn't very attractive. Yes, there were people who found me attractive. Yes, my social life was extraordinary in high school. But I was still bullied by the popular kids, by the socially accepted kids. I was bullied as an outcast and a rebel. People didn't want to be seen near me because I portrayed a bad image. And it's funny because years later I went to work at a gas station. And one of the people who bullied me the most, she walked in and she didn't even recognize me. But she hadn't changed a millisecond from high school. She was the exact same, and this was 10 years later. 10 years and 4 kids and 3 failed divorces. And I'm standing there with a stable job. Yes, I have kids of my own. Yes, I do. But I was there with a stable job, taking care of my kids, and living a very successful and happy life. I owned this house. I'm 28 and I own a 1,500 square foot house sitting on an acre lot. 3-bed, 2-bath with an office and a garage. What more could I ask for? From what information I know about her, she has 4 kids with 3 different men. Lives in an apartment, like a 2-bedroom apartment, and has no social life. Because all she can do is take care of the kids. All she's able to do. When they're in school, she goes to work. When they're home, she's home. She's got no social life. She peaked in high school and proceeded to tumble back down the hill after high school. So the very people that majority of you guys bullied in high school are more than likely 10 times better than you are today.
Yep.
More successful. The people you bully are the ones who become your bosses. The ones who put in the effort. The ones who don't think life is handed to them. Who fight for it and work for it. They're the ones who become better.
It's actually funny. There was, I was working at a chippy, and a guy that I fancied in school, that I asked out, but he told me no because I wasn't pretty or skinny enough. I wasn't one of the popular girls. He came into the chippy, drunk, and was like, "Whoa, I know you." I was like, "Yep, well done." And he was like, "Damn, you've changed a lot since high school. Can I get your Snapchat?" I was like, "No, I'm engaged. You don't get my Snapchat." And he was just like, "Oh, he's one lucky dude. Oh my god, like, I wish I was him." And I was like, "You could have been, but you're not. Asshole." Piss off.
Yeah, and I've seen several kids from my high school. Several. All of them still look identical to how they did in high school. They didn't change. And their lives are miserable. Like, it's hysterical to see it. It's just like, you were so high on life back then. So perfect, so amazing to everyone else. And now look at you. You're in a rut. Have been for fucking 10 years, and you're never gonna fucking go anywhere. Because you didn't put in the time and the effort to realize that that's not how life works. I fought for everything. I worked my ass off to even fucking graduate. I did everything I could and fought as hard as I could to get to where I am today. Now I've got 2 beautiful children, a gorgeous partner, who wants nothing more than to do everything for me. So, I wish you luck, but you don't have any. Your life is going to be sad and lonely and depressing, all because you are a shit person. And there is nothing that anyone can do about that, because that's the way you are. You had an opportunity, like, to go places. All you had to do was recognize that.
Yeah.
The majority of my friends that I had in high school who weren't bullied, who did bully some other kids, give you an example. One of my best friends, who I stopped speaking to shortly after leaving high school,
starts with an R. I'm not saying his name on here. He went through some shit. He bullied other people because he was strong and he was popular and everyone loved him. He bullied some other people. He doesn't even... Last time I saw him, he didn't even recognize my face. He didn't know who the fuck I was. He was so messed up on drugs and alcohol and all this other shit. He was miserable. After the last time I saw him, less than 3 months later, him, his partner, and their parents all got evicted from the house they were living in. Now I don't know where they are. Nor do I care.
Yeah.
Because he chose to go down that path, a path that would lead him to destruction, and that's where he's at.
Yeah, it's difficult. Because in high school, you being popular is the only thing that fucking matters, and I get it. I wanted to be popular, but I wasn't. And it is sad because bullying never fucking helps. It never helps. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help anything else. But the sad reality is that people that bully need the help the most. Because they're going through some shit at home or within themselves, and they're doing it because they are insecure.
But when you go through and you bully people because of stuff like that, nobody wants to help you. I mean, there was one guy who was always cool to me in high school. Always cool. He came into Circle K one night, and I could just tell something was wrong. I mean, we were laughing, having a good time, and he's dead now. He went and killed himself that night. They found his body 2 days later, in a car, in the middle of a field. He left my parking lot, drove straight there, and shot himself in the head. He was one of the popular kids, a football star. He could have asked for help, but he didn't, because nobody was on his side anymore because of how he was in high school. I did the best I could to try to save his life. That night, I talked to him. I was like, dude, don't do this. It's really not worth it. You can get help. You can come back here anytime you need to talk to me. It's fine. It's okay. And a little later, I was outside, and I guess he didn't go very far because I heard what sounded like a gunshot and then sirens.
Yeah.
And that night, I called B crying. I woke her up crying because I just knew that I was the last person to see him alive. But he was mean to people. He was nice to me, and I tried to help him. But he was mean to people. And unfortunately, look where that got him. So just remember that next time. Remember that.
Not just
before
that.
you go and bully someone, teach your kids that before you go and bully someone, think about where your life might be if suddenly your life turns to shit and you need help. The people who are going to help you are the ones you were nice to. Mm. So if you're not nice to anyone, other than the popular kids who don't give a shit and bully everyone else, you're going to be sad, you're going to be alone, and you're going to be sitting in that car with a gun to your head, killing yourself. That's where you will be in 10 years. Yeah. Teach your kids to be better so that this stops fucking happening.
And it's always okay to ask for help. Always. I would much rather be up with you at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning with a cup of tea just listening to you go on and on and on about how shit your fucking life is than read your eulogy and be sad at a funeral that is fucking uncomfy. I would so much rather be woken up by you crying on my doorstep than at your funeral, because I fucking hate funerals, but I'd much rather that. It's even if like my high school bully, my main one, or my primary school bully, if she came to my fucking door and was crying her fucking eyes out, I'd still help her. Because I know she's got kids. I know everything about her fucking life, not through my own fucking volition. Yeah. But I would still help her. I'd get her the fuck out of my house immediately after, though. but still help her. Like, it's always okay to ask for help.
Yeah, I have witnessed too many people who were bad to other people take their own lives.
Mm-hmm.
I had know of about 4 different suicides that happened because they were bullies to people and they were mean to people and nobody was there for them.
Yep.
I know what that's like. I've seen it. I've been through it. It's not something that's easy. It's not something that ever goes away. Because even now, it's been 4 years since that happened, since he died. He killed himself. And even now, I still sometimes wonder, maybe if I had just tried to convince him a little harder to stay at the shop with me, to just talk to me, to just spend time with me and smile one more time, maybe he wouldn't have done it. Maybe he'd have gone home instead.
Yeah, but that's not your fault, though.
No, it's not my fault, and I know that. But it makes you wonder sometimes. The actions we do have consequences. The actions we don't do have consequences. I could have tried harder.
Everything has a reaction.
But part of me looked at it and went, you dug your own grave. You were beyond help at this point. Because when he came to me, his eyes were red, they were puffy. He'd been crying for hours, more than likely. He had lost all life out of his eyes. And I knew that there was no way I could stop him from doing it. Most I could do was prevent him from doing it that night. Mm-hmm. But it would have happened again a week later, and he may not have come to see me then. Nor did I want to be responsible for his life.
Yeah, no, you're not responsible for anyone's happiness but your own at the end of the day. But there is things we can do, and kindness helps. It can help more than people know.
But
because imagine
we've gone on long enough.
Oh, no, it's fine. Yeah, being a content creator is difficult. Be nice, kids.
I'm gonna use a verse from the Bible.
Please don't.
Okay, fine, I'll do a modified version. Treat others how you want to be treated. Because when the time comes and it really matters, the people you treated like you want to be treated are the ones who are going to be there. Yeah. No one else. You will be on your own otherwise. And that's not something that anyone wants.
No. Just be fucking kind. Stop being dickheads to people. It doesn't make you cool. It doesn't make you fucking happy at the end of the day.
It's not going to get you $1 million.
I was mean to one person in my life, and I called her fat. And I actually messaged her not too long ago. I think it was like last month or something. I was 14 when this happened. 14 years old, and I called someone else fat because I was being called fat. But my boyfriend at the time forced me to. I still did it of my own volition, but he was nagging in my ear for me to do it. Doesn't make it okay, doesn't make it any less fucking horrible that I did that, because I did. So I messaged her. I found her on Instagram again, and I actually messaged her a maxed out paragraph on Instagram about how fucking sorry I was, and I hope to the high gods that it didn't affect her like it had affected me. And I didn't even expect a reply, and now we're friends on Instagram. She doesn't even remember it. And I just said, like, I'm so fucking sorry that I was ever that horrible. She's like, I don't even remember who you are, so it's all good. Can I follow you? We can be friends. I was like, yeah, that's awesome, please. But that fucking followed me because I was mean one time. Imagine all of the people you're fucking mean to, and it follows you and haunts you for the rest of your fucking life. It's awful. Mm-hmm. I could never.
Yep.
Like that one time from when I was 14. I messaged her. Now I bully you, but it's fine.
It's fine.
Asshole.
You bully me. Bitch. We bully each other. I love you.
I love you.
What?
Yours. Don't even right. Sit back, sir.
Anyways, we can do stuff like that because that's the reaction when things get serious. She laughs, she blushes, she's happy, she enjoys it. So it's fine to banter with each other. But I'm not going to sit here and look at her and go, "You're fucking fat, you need to stop eating." Because she's not.
I will castrate you.
She's not fat. And I pray to God she never stops eating. Her food's too good. She's making me fat. We can be fat together, it's fine.
I've actually lost weight, which I'm
You have
happy
actually
about.
lost weight, and I've lost a lot of weight too.
That's not of your own choice, though.
No, it's not of my own choice. Although, if I keep losing weight here come soon, it will be my own choice. There's no reason I should continue to lose weight here next week. Hopefully.
So yeah, this was a tough conversation, so I hope you guys are okay. You guys can always reach out to the podcast through email or through our DMs, and we will sort through them. If you guys ever need anything, we are always here for you, to the best of our ability. If it's beyond our
Capacity.
if it's beyond our capacity, we will refer you. Well, not refer you. That's what fucking doctors do. But we will
Move you along
signpost
to the next.
you. That's the word. We will signpost you to a place that can actually help you.
Yeah.
But leave a like, leave a follow. Don't. That's not okay. Apologize right now.
I'm sorry. Do a barrel roll. I'm playing. Don't actually do any of that stuff. I'm just messing with you because being in serious conversations, it's your best bet is to just laugh. Laugh at the end of it. Laugh to make yourself feel better and move out of it. And
Actually, if you
be
feel
happy.
bad and you feel really negative mentally and you feel like you're in a rut, dance. Put music on and jump around your fucking room. It's a trend on TikTok, but it comes from Grey's Anatomy, and it actually helps because when you're feeling bad, your nervous system goes haywire. It's like, oh my god, what's happening? I don't know what to do. So when you dance, you're regulating yourself. You're breathing, your mind is occupied, you're listening to the music. All of your senses are busy. So it calms your body and it regulates you, and you'll feel better after it. Plus, if you put on a good enough song, little bit of Sean Paul, you'll feel fucking amazing after it. But leave a like, leave a follow, leave a subscribe, and have an amazing fucking day, asshole.